right. Royal Chief. I appreciate you sliding through, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sort of like part two for the first time, but they don't need to worry about that.
Back to the first time.
There it is. So if you could do me a favor, please. You have a card in your hand.
Yes, sir.
I would love for you to read either side of that card and just give us your natural reaction.
Okay. I used to love my job collecting leaves. I was raking it in. That's a good one. That's a good little dad joke.
See? You see how that went? I love that.
I like that.
A little icebreaker to start this shit off,
Right.
man. Now look. Hey, what's up, Guan? Bonjour, famille. It's Bump Jonas, and I'm here with
the Royal Chief.
And we're about to have a sit down at Syke, y'all. Let's get started. So, sir, I appreciate you sliding through.
Of course.
Again,
we back.
You know what I'm saying? I always kind of ask, like, how'd you start your day and a bunch of things like that, right? But we got that. We already did that.
For sure.
I want to ask you, really, one of the things I remember from the last time we sat down was that baseball was your original sport.
For sure.
And then you switched to sports. To music.
Yep.
So what I want to ask in that sense, when you look at, because I know that you're still aligned with sports in a lot of ways, still very interested.
Yep.
How would you compare sports to your music career?
That's a good question. I feel like sports, it sounds cliche, but like they say, kind of builds character.
Okay.
But I mean, it really does. Like you kind of learn how to play in teams. You learn being competitive and controlling emotions and learning discipline and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that kind of all transferred over to the music side and like putting in work and getting reps in and things like that and how to get better and you know how to just to move around, even socially. You know what I'm saying? How to move around as a team with people,
right?
And kind of build a network and a team to get to one goal. You know, that all transfers over to like music and industry and business and things like that. So you know, counting on other people and looking to achieve something, it all kind of plays. It works out the same in both areas.
They align. Okay,
for sure.
So one thing I noticed, I immediately go back to there was a recent basketball tournament, Winner's Circle, and there was kind of the walk-in, right?
For sure.
And you seem so natural in that mode, and that's kind of I was thinking when I was putting out questions again. I was like, man, this guy almost moves. You almost treat your music career the way you move. Sometimes it's similar to how I see some pro athletes handle things, right?
Yeah,
branding and the imaging and the way you put things together. So
sure.
I just wanted to kind of like touch on that and like it was. I guess ultimately I wonder, is that intentional?
Yeah, I think like the put togetherness is intentional. Okay. I don't know if it was necessarily looking at athletes. There probably are cues I kind of take from there.
Okay.
And just not thinking about them, you know, because again, it's
organically.
Yeah, because a lot of that stuff overlaps with just general branding or general marketing and whatnot. You know, like it's no different from an athlete to a musician to an actor to anybody else, just in the entertainment world.
Right, because that's what it is.
Yeah, because that's all just the entertainment world. So there probably is overlap or things. You know, I'm not intentionally like looking at Jalen Hurts and being all right. Let me add this to that. You know, it's just
but there's things you can learn there too.
For sure.
And something I noticed is you've never left your sports interest or your sports even ability, right? You were playing not just in basketball, but you were in a soccer game too.
Yeah. Play for the Comets. I usually play like in a celebrity game, and I mean I love sports in general. You know what I'm saying?
So it's
always gonna be like a hobby.
This is a tangent question, but something I'm interested in is as a musician, as an artist, there is a sense of like, you know, being healthy and taking care of yourself.
For sure.
But obviously it's not the same level of discipline as an athlete.
No.
But do you find it easier for you because you were an athlete, or is it the discipline aspect? Like, how do you go about staying in shape?
I think I think I've just been lucky genetically. You know what I'm saying? Like that always helps. But I do believe there's like some overlap in that. And even how easy it is just to kind of pick it back up or, you know, jump back into it and just to naturally be in motion. Like I was coming up playing sports all the time, so I'm just always moving as is, you know what I'm saying? Whereas if I was just sitting around, being lazy all the time, I probably wouldn't, as an adult, I'd probably be on the same shit, just sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, playing sports, I think, is just kind of you build things, mentally that you adapt as you get older.
Disciplines and processes. And
yeah,
things
for
like
sure.
That.
So I think that's helped.
One of the main things, and I had thank you for being a main act, a superstar act at the Mecca.
Oh yeah, for sure. Man.
But one of the things I think is super important for artists. And unfortunately, I think it's an easy transition for you because you were an athlete, right? Is the aspect of staying healthy or just being in shape, right? Having the stamina to be on stage and do a 15, 20-minute, ultimately a 30-minute set.
For sure. Yeah.
For you, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but for you, what's the longest set you've performed and how do you go about being prepared and ready for that set?
Probably about an hour. Wow. I think the longest sets I'll do is an hour.
Okay.
I usually don't go beyond an hour, especially like just considering what it's for, where I'm at, like the audience and things like that, because you don't want to tire people out.
Wow. That's a gem. A lot of
you
people don't think about that one.
Yeah, you gotta think about where you are in your career wise too. Like if I'm performing in front of like a new audience, a bunch of people don't know me, I don't want to be up there for an hour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that'll get tiresome. It's like, let me just come up here and maybe I'll do 20, 25 minutes. It's just my very best.
Right.
Or, take them on a ride, show you all the different
that good
layers,
sample palette.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, okay, cool. Now they want to dive in, they can go further. And then like my headline shows will be more like 45 an hour. That's like, all right, this is for the people who know the catalog and
they're
coming
already
out
in for
it.
you.
They're coming exactly.
Which we have talked about. He pulls a crowd.
Yeah, you know how we do. That's we gonna bring the folks out. So yeah, it's as far as preparation and whatnot. I think one, my sports background, my music background, because I used to play in a band. I played sax. I was a woodwind, so I just naturally had.
Okay, so you've got breath control already in place.
For sure,
to
yeah.
even do what you do.
Definitely, that's, and I didn't think about it like that at the time, but like when I started performing rap wise, I was just like, man, I don't be out of breath. I don't really get tired like that.
Okay.
And then you place your songs how you need to.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, all right, you insert kind of breaks in here or moments where you can get your wind back.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. So you. Low-key, I think this man's a ringer. If we go use a sports term here. So you said performing rapping-wise, but you were in a band, so you performed in the band doing
in the band, marching band, I was doing all that.
So performance is really, that's your bag.
For sure. Performing is probably the easiest part of all this for me. I've never had trouble performing.
Right.
Like from day one, I've always just been good at that part.
Does that mean, would you consider yourself a natural entertainer?
Probably so. Yeah. Probably, yeah, in that aspect.
Were you doing like the Michael Jackson or the Chris Brown routines when you was a kid?
I mean, I was a dancing ass nigga.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? I was
he knew
definitely
the
moving around.
yeah.
I
love it.
Performing, like being okay and that type of stuff, that was always just natural.
Okay. So the switch, and we may have talked about this before, but I want to touch on this a little bit. The switch from baseball to music probably then wasn't a difficult one because entertainment was a good. I mean, was it a fallback in a sense, or?
Yeah, it was because by the time I stopped playing baseball, or stopped like really pursuing baseball, I was like probably 17, and by that time I had been doing music for like 3-4 years. And
so there was already overlap. Okay.
Yeah, so it was already over. Like, if I wasn't playing baseball, I'd be doing music. So it was already kind of overlap. So it was an easy transition. It was just being real with myself and like, all right, I'm not putting in the work here.
Okay.
To really like go to the next step. You know what I'm saying?
So there was nothing that necessarily happened when it came to baseball.
No, I just realized I didn't have the love, the passion for it to like
do that.
You know what I mean? Because when you talk about professional sports, like it's a level of work, discipline, and shit that you got to put in. So it's like, man, am I going to be in the gym every day? Am I going to be, working on my body? Am I going to be in the field getting the reps and stuff? And it's like, well, I'm doing that musically, but I'm not doing it sports-wise.
So it was easy.
So it's just like, all right, well, yeah, this is where I'm naturally shifting to. Okay. That's what I roll with. And it's like I can, again, you got to be honest with yourself and where you are, what you're doing. So it's like, yeah, I'm not going to waste my time or waste coaches' times or anybody if I ain't about to put in the effort. You
Right. Know? Okay, I see that. So with that, I want to segue a little bit, because you do a lot. You are a branding monster at this point, man. You really like collecting your affinity stones of a sense.
Right.
But what does a clean image look like for a rapper? Do you think you have a clean image? And if you don't, what are some things you need to add?
A clean image is interesting. I think I have an authentic image.
Ooh,
you know
what
I'm saying?
That. Okay.
Like I like freedom is a big thing for me. Like I can be in any room, right? Like I'm a comedian. We can be in the hood with the folks. We can go be in the boardroom with the suits. Like anywhere, I'm comfortable everywhere, which is always good. But I'm comfortable everywhere because I can always be me everywhere, right?
Got you. Okay.
And so it's clean, dirty is just me. And I don't have to put on a show for nobody, or I don't have to do this. You know what I'm saying? I can just be my authentic self wherever we are, and it works.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a clean image. I know there's some people like back in the day, you probably said Will Smith had like a clean image.
That
he
is
was the family friendly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No cursing in the raps, but he's like rapping, but he's acting, and he's in movies. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's the thing about having an image like that is, when he turns off and slaps somebody, it's crazy to you. You know what I'm saying?
Crushing. It's like
it's wild. Where there's people who may not have a clean image and could have slapped somebody, you wouldn't think nothing of it.
Cat Williams slapping somebody wouldn't have been nothing.
It wouldn't have been nothing, you know. And so it's almost when you have a squeaky clean image, it almost becomes a deterrent. Ooh. Because you have to be squeaky clean all the time, and it's like you almost kind of want to be the bad guy, because then it's like,
I'm tired of doing this.
Yeah, right. It's like you get props for doing the good thing. If you do some crazy off the wall shit, ain't nobody tripping, because they're like, oh, that's just him.
Damn,
you know,
I wish I can go do something. You know,
it's like a Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley can say whatever. You can't cancel him or get mad at him or nothing. Like he says whatever he wants, but that's because he always has said whatever he wanted, and it's just like, oh, that's just Chuck being Chuck.
That's a great analogy in a sense, though, because like you said, you are yourself and you're authentic, and that gives you a sense of freedom.
For sure.
You know, and you can be in plenty of rooms. And I'm not going to sit here and like, oh, we know Chuck, but he's kind of always been that way. And if you look at the course of his career, he's been in plenty of rooms.
He's in all the rooms everybody else want to be in. Everybody love him. But that's just because it's him being him is like, man, that's who he is. That's real. We understand it, and we accept it for what it is. Whereas if I was putting on a show, and it's like, oh, if I want to, I may feel this way, but I ain't going to say it here, or I got to, do all of that, jump through the hoops. It's just easier to just be me, man. I ain't got to keep up a facade.
Anyway,
yeah. And then you're going to eat you alive, because it's like, man, I really feel like this, but I got to put up this image for people like, nah, I'm going to just be me all the time. This is how I feel. This is my thoughts. I can explain it all.
You're out here slapping motherfuckers for no reason.
if we got to do that, that's what it is. You know what I mean? But you ain't going to be surprised. You're going to be like, oh, he said he would do it.
I've listened to his music. It could happen.
It could happen.
So I want to talk about when it comes to your branding, I want to talk about the movie club and how that happened.
Yeah.
And what's your tie-in or interest? Like, are you a movie buff? Were you a movie buff? And how did this collaboration come about?
Yeah. So I'm definitely I guess a movie buff. I'll definitely go watch a movie just dolo, like during the week. That's always just been one of my things. Like chilling on a random Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm about to go watch a movie. I might go watch two, depending on how I feel. But no, I really do just love movies and art, and it's just another medium.
Okay.
And another way to just view creativity and storytelling and whatnot, right?
That makes plenty sense. Yeah, I love
right.
that.
But B&B Theaters, they had a little ambassador program.
Okay.
And so it was actually my boy Glenn, Hood Do Food Review, the epitome, who had told me about it. And he was just like, yo, you should sign up. I was just like, okay, cool. So I signed up for it. And they were just like, basically, you get a couple free tickets and, you just want you to make content.
Right, okay.
So I was trying to figure out how to make content around the movies. Because I'm like, man, you can only go in there so many times and, like, show the concession and be like, like it's a movie theater, right?
Right.
So I was like, well, maybe I'll start doing reviews. And so I'm like, I'll go to the movie, watch it and kind of do some after, reviews. But then on the I think like the first video I did, I was just like, you know, what if I started a movie club, would people be down? Would people be interested in that? And so it just
went from there.
A ton of people was just like, yo, I'd be down, I'd be with it for sure. Like the streetcar, they hit me up, Donna hit me up, was just like, oh, we would love to how can we get involved in
that's
this?
the other part too that is so crazy or intriguing is how you've got, for me as a podcaster, but also as someone who enjoys, you know, watching the community grow and progress. You're bringing back a sense of nostalgia of like going to the movie theater
for sure,
but you're also including the public transportation aspect of like let's get out there and get with the people and take a trip as a group
for sure
to go and watch this show. You know what I mean? That's fire.
It's the synergy, you know, because it's like we ain't doing nothing but like exploring the city, and I've just noticed that a lot of people really don't know their city like that. They ain't really been out, so it's like, all right, well we'll do a little pre-movie meetup and go eat somewhere and check out a spot. And there's a lot of people, I've never been here. They get introduced to some new food, some new places they like. And we hop on the streetcar and it's like, oh, I've never rode this before. And, you know, we go watch a movie and then we talk about it afterwards. And it's like, yeah, we
Damn. So it is like a movie club
in
a lot of ways.
It's basically like a book club, a movie version of a book club. So, yeah, we go down, we go get something to eat, you know, hop on the streetcar, go watch the movie, and then talk about it afterwards.
Does anyone sneak stuff into the movie theater?
I don't know, man. I can't confirm nor deny that.
I love it. My man's good. All right, so a bit of a transition here. As an artist, and you move around and do a lot of different things. So you have like multiple revenues or streams of revenue. But when it comes to streaming, you know, there's just all these different scenarios are going on, right?
Yeah.
A lot of lawsuits, a lot of this and that. But the one that stuck out the most to me is that the streaming numbers are really high for a lot of artists, but they don't match the ticket sales.
For sure.
So my question is, do the streaming matter?
I mean, yeah, it obviously does because, like, that's how like, most people are listening to music through streaming, right? They're going to be on Spotify or YouTube. I think Spotify's number. I believe YouTube is the most used app to listen to music on.
Yeah, it is.
Then after that is Spotify, and then everything else just kind of falls in wherever it is. You know, it's a pretty big gap, but those are like the two biggest, right? So it's like it matters because I have to be where the people are generally. If I'm going to get my stuff introduced to people, right? So I got to have my stuff on streaming. So it matters in that sense, and obviously it generates money. It doesn't generate much money.
But it's some money.
But it's some money, especially if you getting millions, you know, if you up there like that, right? But no, the thing about it is you can't look to streaming to like make you rich or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that should not be the goal. I look at streaming as just my way to connect with people. Like, this is y'all medium. This is how y'all listen to music. All right, that's just going to be my way to...
Because I do music. So
So, yeah, I just use that as the tool to get it to y'all. Gotcha. And then from there, you know, if you really fuck with what I'm doing, then I can bring you into my ecosystem.
Right, right, the merch, the events,
the
merch,
shows, the community, right?
Yes.
And it's like from there... We can build and you can invest however much you want to invest in what we got going on. And then you can buy the music, you know. Like, you always come to my website and actually purchase the song or the album or whatever.
What I think is really dope is you actually have a process to make people, listening to you talk, you actually have a process to move people from followers to fans.
For sure, yeah, you got to.
That's man, kudos to you. Kudos to you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think people understand, like, all the views and all that stuff is cool, but if the power is always in the people. I can get people, if I can galvanize people, I can move the people. Then I actually have power, leverage to do things. Something. I have something. I have an audience that I can activate, and like, there's a lot of people that got a bunch of streams, but they can't do that though. Like you said, the ticket sales don't match because people they're not like true fans. They just kind of maybe like the song or like the little piece they heard on TikTok or something, but they're not like fans of you and what you're doing.
So this is a tangent. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but what are some ways that, because right now it seems like artists are very focused on getting folks to the stream, and I get that, right? You want them to stream, but what are some ways that artists can get the folks to the show?
Yeah. So I mean, I'll tell you right now, I could care less about getting folks to the stream. I want to get you to the show.
Okay.
Like the show is where I can show and prove. Like people don't understand the music industry, right? Labels aren't doing artist development anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're not putting no money towards that. If you're in the hip hop world, a lot of labels are not investing in hip hop like that anymore anyway.
No, right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're moving money away from that. So most of these labels want you already in motion.
Right.
Like they're trying to prepackage. Yeah, they want to invest in something that's already moving. Like they're not trying to start it from zero. Like, oh, hey, this we already got motion. We already moving forward, right? So by getting people to shows and stuff, that's how I gain that. Like if labels see, oh man, they doing a show and there's 300 people out there at every show they go do. Oh, that's something I want to invest in, want to get behind. You know what I mean? Like, you almost treat it like a startup. Like people don't invest in startups when they're at zero usually.
Right.
It's like after they see you got something kind of going. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, that was off the top with it. But no, for real, like it's you treat your career like that, and as far as getting people to it, like for me, and I can only speak from like what works for me.
Right.
I've always made sure the in real life experiences are a certain level of quality.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I look at music and I'm like, we'll take a listening party for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could ask you your favorite song, you could tell me what it was, and you could automatically go back to like memories and where you were, things that were happening, or how that makes you feel. And be like, oh yeah, it was this song from so and so, and it take me back to these days in college, and I was doing this and that or whatever, right? So for me, it's always make sure the in real life stuff is an experience for you. I bring you to the listening party. We have it smelling a certain way, looking a certain way. We got food in there curated a certain way. The other music that's playing feels a certain way. You're having a good time. You're having an experience. And so when you hear this song, you're going to have good feelings, good memories attached to it. Yes. You know, it's going to have a place in your life, and it's going to mean something now. Ooh. And so if you curate those experiences, same thing with the shows. You're going to be like, I remember going to this show and feeling this and experiencing this, and it's a quality show, and like it all just makes sense.
Right.
So now I want to go to these things, you know.
I want to do that again. I
want to do that again. Yeah. That's why people come to Movie Club. I had a great experience there.
Right.
I want to do that again, and I know this is cool, so Juice Jams must be cool, or his personal shows must be cool, or this release party must be cool. You know what I mean? It's like I always have a quality. I go to On Wax, and it's fun there. Like I'm always having good experience in these places. Man. So I want to keep going.
Did y'all notice he listed off of like 4 or 5 different events, and most of those events he's curating and put on himself.
For sure.
And that's something I want to ask or talk about is that you go from showstopper as a performer to show host. As an MC. And Juice Jams being one where you do it same day, same time.
Yeah.
So how do you,
and I'll DJ.
Right. Okay, so how do you navigate those different hats? I mean, they are similar but not the same.
So I started hosting a couple years ago, and hosting was easy because I'm like, it's just like performing and being on stage. Like when I'm performing music, I'm in the same type of bag. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, this is just performing without doing my songs. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I can be on stage and engage an audience and keep the show moving, right?
Right.
Like that's shit. Yeah. Like that's easy to do. And it was just, again, it was another one of them things where I'm like, okay, I'm natural at this. I can do this. I add DJ into it, and it's the same thing. I'm performing music, but it just ain't my music now. Right. You know what I mean? Right. I'm producing somebody else's music into it and creating.
Are you talking shit at this? Not talking shit, but are you hosting, like with the On Wax specifically, because you're DJing there? Are you interacting with the crowd as well too?
For sure, I will, like beforehand, but then of course I'm gonna get on the mic and while I'm doing a set, I'll engage the crowd and whatnot, because that's all performing to me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I mean, when you think of like the greats who was doing that, like they would get on the mic. Or they would have an MC do it, but I'm like, I play both.
Right. See,
so it's like I can just do both.
And that's why I asked. I was like, I'm pretty sure this man's gonna just have a mic right there. Because why?
Yeah, because why wouldn't I?
Right.
Okay. Exactly.
Okay. So, and this is all because you for me, it's a natural thing for you because you're a community builder, and that's what you do.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what it's about. It's like, for me, it's always, how can I bring value to something? A situation or people or whatever. Like, that's always the approach. Like, Juice Jams was like, how can I bring value to this event? Like, they had it going a year before me, but it wasn't quite doing what they wanted it to do. So it's like, all right, how can I step in and bring value to this where I have community? I know how shows work. I know how to run sound, and I know all the gear and necessary stuff. I know all the artists, the fly people who should be on this stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, those type of things.
Why not?
So, yeah, it's like, all right, well, I can step in and bring value to this. The movie club, like, you guys are looking for content, and it's like, all right, well, I'll bring you content, but I also bring real people here to come, be in the space. It's like, all right, yeah, we bring in value. Streetcar, like,
bro, you a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, that's what we moving, man.
Say it, man.
I appreciate that, bro.
No, I know I gave you flowers before, and for sake of time, I don't want to go too heavy, but just I think I said this before, but you're a reference point for KC, and if you're not now, you will be soon.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But
no, I appreciate that, man. For real, like, that's.
I want to ask you, man, who styles you? Because, like, right now, I've seen you at your shows, man. Everything's coordinated, everything's put together, and yet it all has a very functional look. Like, there's nothing that's going to throw you off while you're on stage.
Yeah.
So do you do it? Do you have someone
I
that
wish I
helps
had
you?
a stylist. It would be nice to just have somebody kind of get pieces for me. But no, I dress myself.
Wow. Okay. All right. Putting it on. I fuck with it. So
I do what I can.
I want to talk about. We're gonna be a little bit spicy here, right?
Okay.
Not too much, but first of all, NBA YoungBoy got a recent proclamation.
For sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
First of all, you got to understand the process. Like, anybody can go get a proclamation. Me and you can go get one right now.
Okay. So
like, the city does that stuff all the time. Like that. The thing about it is, most of that is just like posturing or perspective to people, right?
Okay.
Like, nobody knew that anybody could sign up for a proclamation, and that the mayor gives those things out to, like, damn near anybody. There's like a little bit of criteria you meet, and anybody can go get one. People don't know that.
Today I learned.
I love that. Yeah, but like, anybody could go do it, and then you can just go put it on the internet and say, oh, yeah, this is my day.
Yeah.
And then everybody's going to be like, oh, da-da-da-da. And it's just like, it's really not a big deal. It ain't like he got the key to the city or nothing. Like, that's a whole
other thing.
Yes, the key to the city is like, that's a very vetted, big deal process.
Gotcha.
The proclamations, though, that's.
So it's like, all right, whatever.
It's
not whatever, but it's like, we don't need to be reacting like this necessarily? Or?
No, we don't. We just need to, like, understand that process is something they do all the time, and it goes to anybody. Like, it's not like the mayor was there handing it to him.
Right.
Like he would with the key to the city. Like,
right.
No, that's a proclamation. I don't. It basically don't mean shit. Like, it don't mean it's.
We not dogging. He's just saying,
I'm not dogging.
Let's not hype it up and blow it up. Like,
again, anybody can do it. Anybody can get it. We shouldn't look at it as like this prestige. Like, you can just go sign up for that, bro.
So, I want to talk about some city stuff. Obviously, there's been some skerfluffle, hullabaloo, a bit of a rap battle in the city, and I'm just curious what your thoughts are. And the other part of it, I'm curious, is what's the difference between a rap battle and a rap beef?
Okay. As far as rap battle and rap beef, I guess, it generally overlaps. Usually, if you got a rap beef, there's gonna be some rap battle. Some people there could be some beef with niggas where they don't actually battle it out, and it's beefs that escalate and that type of stuff. So there could just be some, we got animosity and never really address it, or whatever the case may be. That exists. As far as like the Kansas City top 10 whoop-de-wop, all the shit that was going on here. My question is always this: are we rapping for rappers, or are we rapping for the people? Like, did the people actually care? Did this impact anybody? Did we just suddenly see a bunch of people dropping all their top 10s of Kansas City rappers and all of it? No, the people didn't care. It didn't matter to the people.
Didn't move a needle on that, really.
It didn't move none of the people Most people didn't know who none of these people were. Most people didn't care. It had no impact on nothing. And I don't mean that to shade anybody. I need you niggas to stop worrying about each fucking other and actually go bring value to the audience, the people, the community, because they're the ones who matter. Like,
that's why we ask these questions, man, to
yes,
get perspective.
Yes. And also, as far as rappers, don't talk to me until y'all actually doing rap full time. Because rappers be talking to me about some top 10 and want me to get on the mic. If you're not rapping as your career, don't talk to me. You're doing it a hobby.
There it is. That's straight the fuck up. Like, ain't nothing more. Moving on. I do want to, okay, we got to wrap this up, but I got one question before we get to the main one here. I'll call it the elevator pitch. Okay. And you have a very, very nice discography, right? Good selection of music.
Appreciate that.
You catch somebody at the movie club.
Okay.
And they're just like, yo, I didn't know you rapped. I didn't know you did this. Just thought you was an influencer, right?
Right.
And they want to know more about your music. What's a project or a song that you would suggest to say, hey, this is, it's not going to tell them exactly who you are, but it's give them an idea of Royal Chief?
That's a good question. It's tough because there would be like several things.
Okay.
I would probably say if I picked a project, I would probably say go to Groundwork, because that'll give you that's a good sampler. You'll kind of get some of everything.
Okay.
You'll get some of the energetic shit, some of the introspective shit. The just well produced records where you can just be like, all right, he's touching all bases, right? Okay. You get some shit for the ladies, you'll get, again, some deeper real life shit. So if I gave you a project, that's where I would tell you to go. Groundwork, yeah. Groundwork would be the project I tell you to go to.
Okay, that's the one. That's the motherfucking one.
Yes, for sure.
All right, so look, y'all, we're at that point. This is a question I ask everybody. It's a closing question. Okay. I know I've asked you this before, but actually we're going to flip this up for you a little bit. Because you are full-time. You do your thing. This is not a hobby for you. This is your passion, your life, your career.
Definitely.
With it being your career, how does the Royal Chief retire from music? What does that look like for you?
That's a good question. I don't know, man. I don't know if I ever full-on retire.
Okay.
Because, I feel like
Jay-Z or some shit?
Why not? Like, the thing about rap is funny. There's two things. One, until recently, we hadn't seen a lot of our like legends get old, right?
Right.
A lot of them either pivoted early into something else, or they passed away. You know what I'm saying? And so it's only recently that we really seen, and the genre's still pretty young. Like, right. It's
52.
Exactly. Yeah, we just celebrated 50 years, so it's like when you look at all the other genres, man, them people be making music till the end. You know what I'm saying?
Literally 85, 84. Babe, how old was Ozzy? Yeah, he was in his 80s.
He was in his 80s.
Did a show and passed away.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, why, if this is your life, your passion, you didn't just stop being your life and your passion. Shit, Ronald Isley still making music, still coming out with shit. You know what I mean? Like, why?
Fly shit, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, Charlie Wilson, like, he was in the Gap Band, like, so like, what do I need to stop? Earth, Wind & Fire was just here like a month ago.
So
like,
you may not ever stop, is what you're saying.
No, I God willing, I just get to, do this forever. And maybe it ain't even just performing and stuff. Maybe it manifests in other. Maybe I'm managing somebody, right. Or maybe I'm, having a label or creating, producing. Like,
I could definitely see you. Again, I see you as a reference point. I think you are a reference point for KC. But I could easily see you as that. KC needs an executive layer.
For sure, yeah. No, we don't.
And I could see,
we don't have no industry.
And I see you being one of those captains of that industry, man.
For sure.
So look, I got to get us up out of here, bro. I appreciate you so much for your time.
Appreciate you having me.
Bump Jonas here with none other than
the Royal Chief.
Now look, y'all, as I always say, love yourself like you try to love the world. Do something to earn your place in the world this week. And just be some dope motherfuckers. Y'all have a good one. Peace. There we go, man.